And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Good evening, and God bless America. If that doesn't get you fired up and passionate about racing, I don't know what will. Welcome to MRL Friday Night Thunder, featuring the ARCA series. You got Snake here in the booth here with my buddy and partner in crime, Joe the producer, and we're coming to you live from Autoclub. Joe, this is so
really
exciting.
need to start working on these nicknames. We're gonna really need to start working on these nicknames, you know, especially since I'm not producing right now. This isn't really very fitting to call me the producer when I'm not producing. You know, it's
You know, it's been a while since we've been partnered up together, and you know, we kind of get into our characters and alter egos here. But what's more exciting here is we have a brand new and revamped Friday Night Series. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this ARCA series that we have on MRL for Friday nights?
Yep. So, you know, we used to do broadcasts back in the day, you know, me, you, and good old Mean Gene. We used to do the broadcasts for the old Friday Night Thunder series when we used to run the late model stocks. However, you know, the series has come a far way where now we're running the brand new ARCA car. As you can see it here on the track right now, Tommy Fox getting his qualifying run in. It's going to be real exciting to see just how it all plays out. The numbers for this series have been just incredible the first few weeks of the season. I can't be any happier with how many people show up to these races. You know, we had about 30 people show up to the first race at Atlanta. We had about 20 people show up to Phoenix. And I think tonight we got about 29 people. So it's been really, really crazy just to see how many people have been showing up to these races. And it's been really exciting just to cover all the races, you know, run the series and make things just as great as it is. So if you want to come join us Friday nights, the race starts at 11 p.m. Eastern. Practice starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. ARCA cars. It's a great time. We're just getting the season rolling. This is just the 3rd race of the season. So we're still in the early stages. If you want to come join, not too late to get involved in the points battle. As you can see, some guys running some laps here. I think we're about to take a gander here at the points here in a second, just to see where we're at after Phoenix last week.
Yeah, very excited to be featuring these new ARCA cars. iRacing really hit this one out of the park with the new car and the new package here, and it's a real beginner to intermediate friendly car. It handles well. It's insane in the drafting conditions. A lot of fun to drive. It almost feels like a hybrid between a console racing kind of car and what's already available in iRacing. So it's a nice way to bridge the gap. And like you said, Joe, you know, a lot of fun on Friday nights. It's early in the season. Large fields, I think it's a winning combination. As we take a look at our standings here early in the season. We're just race 3 into the season. Colin Bollinger is your points leader currently. You have Joseph Volpus nipping at his heels, 3 points behind. Stephen Neal rounds out your top 3 there. So, I mean, it's early. It's anybody's guess. A long way to go. A lot of fun layouts lay ahead on the schedule. So as we're getting our qualifying here underway and wrapped up in the virtual Autoclub Speedway, rest in peace. One of my favorite tracks. I'm going to miss that place on live TV in real life. But at least we can enjoy it here on the sim, on the broadcast, as we go ahead and take a look at some of our guys going around there. Is that Zach Panzarella there going for his qualifying lap there. So, Joe, I mean, the future's bright here. What are your thoughts on the race for tonight? Who's looking fast to you?
You know, I really think that the race tonight's going to be a real wild card to see what's going to happen. I think it's going to play out a lot like what happened a couple weeks ago when we did the recruitment race at Michigan, which, looking at if you guys saw the stream is starting video there. It was a very wild race with the way the draft was. I think we're going to see a lot of the same here at Autoclub tonight, where the draft's going to play a big factor in who's up front and who's not. I don't really think tires are going to matter that much. Only a 75-lap race here tonight. The way the fuel works, I think they got about 32 laps on a tank of fuel, so tires really are not going to be that much of a problem. As we go on board with Steve Lewis, see if he can put down a heater.
Yeah, and old Fast Louie himself out of Osage Beach, Missouri. He's riding that 88 loud and proud with the Cancer Sucks motto, MRL Broadcasting and Nike contingencies. Steve Lewis, always the avid competitor, always looking for a race to run. You know, he's always got a fast car. He's very competitive and just a gentleman on and off the track. I know him, go back a long ways with him. Just a real good guy, a real fun competitor to be around on and off the track. So we'll see what Steve Lewis has in store with that 88 Chevrolet tonight. And it looks like, looks like qualifying is going to be coming to a close here soon. Joe Volpus currently on the pole here. With Brickley there in second place, Mandela in third. So very interesting to see. Looks like Joe Volpus scored your pole for tonight. He usually runs the Gulf Coast Racing contingency in some of our other series and sister leagues. Billy Brickley there in second place. He's a newcomer to the series. Very fast, very clean racer. Fun to watch him on the track as well. Ricky Mandela Sr., over from the Bonfire Racing League, making an appearance here on MRL on Friday night. He rounds out your top three. David Owens, Mr. Zero Chill himself, in fourth, and Matt Tucker in fifth place.
Rounding out the rest of the top 10, you got Kyle Lynott in the John Deere 988 tonight. He'll start sixth to round out row 3. In row 4, you got Burt Wilson, newcomer in the 70 car, with longtime series veteran Tommy Fox alongside him in 8th. Dave Ward Jr., new racer as well to the series here, starting in 9th here tonight in the 53. And rounding out the top 10 will be Matthew Fritz, longtime Monday Mayhem Cup Series runner.
Yeah, Matthew Fritz, fellow teammate of Jay Stinson in our Cup Series with the Venom Racing team over there on Monday nights. Some other notables here to round out your top 18. You have Jake Ashe, after a brief hiatus from Friday nights, makes his return to the ARCA series on Friday nights. Glad to see him there in the 8 car, running 14th. Brandon Garand, another one of the MRL longtime stalwarts of Monday nights and other nights as well. He's 15th. David Brenner, another staunch competitor over from the Bonfire Racing League, joining us on a lovely Friday night here to run these ARCA cars in 18th.
And then I think we got a couple other guys that run in the field as well. I think we got about 28 or 29 that are going to show up here tonight. Yeah, there it is. So you see rounding out the field, then you got Duval, qualified 19th, Jerry Rose 20th, John Beverly, the last one to put down time, he'll start 21st. Colin Bollinger decided not to put down a time, along with Zach Panzarella, start 22nd and 23rd. Michael Mata 24th. Jared Kelly looks like he's going to start 25th. Lucas Alves making his series debut and league debut with us over on iRacing will start 26th. And then on the last row of the grid will be Stephen Neal in the 45 and Juan Delgado in the 14. So we got a very full field here tonight, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of chaos out there, a lot of pack racing. Expect 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 wide racing at times, being that there are 5 dedicated grooves here at Autoclub. The draft will play a role in some of the racing here, so you're going to see a lot of runs. You're going to see a lot of pack racing. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be furious. It's going to be in your face. It's going to be Friday Night Thunder. That's what it's going to be, Joe.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see just how much the draft comes into effect here, I think, here in just about 20 or 30 seconds as the pace car and the field are coming through turns 3 and 4. Volpus and Brickley are leading them towards turn 4, where the pace car will start to peel off.
Yes, now you're going to see the cars come up to speed here. We're going to enter the Geico restart zone here to take the green flag. Week number 3, race number 3, underway at Autoclub. Joe Volpus on the pole. as you see him take the lead, go by the start-finish line, side by side with Billy Brickley there. And they're already fanning out before we enter turn 1. 4 wide. Look at the incredible action there. Nice little clean restart.
You know what? You know what? The one thing that I've noticed with this car, and we're going to see how it plays out here, is this car gets really tight on cold tires. Bunch of guys in the wall coming out of turn 2.
A lot of contact with that outside wall. You have those cold tires. You have a little bit of that dirty air effect, and you want these tires to come up to temperature, but at the same time, you want that clean air. You want to try to get all the positions you can as soon as you can. And as you can see, more cars in the wall there. It looks like Kyle Anad had a little rub on the wall there. As we come to lap 1, Joe Volpus gets credit for leading the first lap here at Auto Club. Got Tucker in second place, swapping with Brickley. A lot of action. You see him fan out 3 and 4 wide through the turns here. The draft is really going to start to take an effect. You're going to see a lot of guys taking their runs and going where they can. As you see, dropping down to the bottom there. Just exciting racing here.
Oh, you're going to see a lot of this tonight. It looks like the 35 is going to try and maybe make a move. Not going to work. It's going to back up towards Kyle and not. And it looks like they're going to start stacking up a little bit. The runs are just so incredible here. You can already see it. Some of these cars that are coming from the back of the field already working their way to the front. Burt Wilson, look at him. He's going forward. He's up to 7th already.
We're 3 laps in, and they're already racing like it's 3 to go. It's incredible what we're seeing on the track right now as Joe Volpus still holds the lead. Side by side there, Brickley with the 44 going to be challenging him. You see more contact with the wall back there. It's just really a minefield. You just don't know where to go. Tons of real estate, a lot of different ways to try to take your run, whether you stay in the pack or choose to drop down a lane, as you see Kyle Anat going all the way down to the apron. So many different ways to try to get through the field. You need more than a couple sets of eyeballs to see all the action.
Man, you know what I'm noticing right now is Joe Volpus is doing a good job of controlling the race from the outside. It looks like Matt Tucker, they're able to get runs going as more guys get the wall. Going down the, oh, we got a little contact.
Contact.
Oh, 988 down the track. There's cars flipping back there.
Kyle Anat causing contact, causing a chain reaction. 63 involved as we go on board with him as he goes through the grass there. Just an incredible turn of events here on lap 4. You know, you want everybody to get kind of sorted out, kind of get the tires at the temp, get everybody up to speed, kind of feel the track out. The last thing that you want here is contact early, and a couple cars are going to pay the price.
And do you see the way some of those cars are crab walking? Look at the 88. Look at the crab walk on the 88. Look at the crab walking on the 03. Man, the two of them, they're going to need to be using that fast repair. Oh, is that the 8 car back there? I think that car is crab walking a bit too. You see that there?
The 8 car, Jake O'Shea, with a little bit of damage there. I think they're going to have to use the one fast repair that we do have for this series. Lap 5, you're going to have to really take care of their equipment moving forward there. Look at Jake O'Shea barely holding on to it, trying to get down to pit road. Oh! And it looks like that was Jake O'Shea there. He could not control the car. He went for more.
I think the Krispy Kreme glaze machine went all over the racetrack right there.
There was definitely no PJ1 down there. As you see, some cars coming in for service, and maybe some maybe top off on the fuel a little bit, see if they can stay out longer for a green flag run here. A couple different strategies at play as a few have stayed out. Like I said, we're under caution here, lap 6 of 75 tonight on Friday Night Thunder.
Well, yeah, we can only go about 30 to 32 laps, so we're very, very close to being in the window to make it on just one more stop from here, but we're not there yet. I don't expect anybody to be taking tires here. I mean, if they do, they're pretty crazy.
David Owens leading them down there for pits for service there. You see David Owens topping off, a little splash and dash. Ricky Mandela getting a little bit of the damage malleted out of the back end of that car. Just incredible how an incident early on in a race can really stagger strategies for many, and you just don't like to see an incident like that early in the race, Joe. You just hope for the best. You're kind of hanging at the edge of your seat here with all this 3, 4, 5 wide racing.
Yeah, you know what I'm looking at though right now is some of the guys that stayed out. So you got Vulpes stays out. He took the pole, of course, and he's led the first 5 laps. Tucker stayed out. He was running in second. Billy Brickley stayed out. He was running in third. But Sean Walton stayed out. He started, I think, about 13th or so, if I'm not mistaken. He's already up to 4th place here. And you see Ward right behind him. Stephen Neal is in 6th. If I'm not mistaken, that man started shotgun. He was on the last row, and he's already in the top 10 here.
So clearly staying out will give you a track position advantage. Other than that, is there another real advantage of staying out versus the splash and go that some of these other guys have done?
Well, if we're taking a splash and go here, it does maybe give you a little bit more strategy openings later on in the race, but I really don't see how a splash and go here really is going to help you that much. The only reason why I would have put it there is to fix any sort of damage.
So clearly, some guys are on a different strategy, maybe want to stretch out that green flag run, that fuel run a little bit before they have to come in and get a fresh set of have a good ones. Others, there was probably a good 6 to 7 cars that needed to get some damage repaired from that incident. I know Steve Lewis had to use his fast repair on that, as Jake O'Shea did as well. So just an untimely series of events there. As you see the crab walk continue there as he finally makes it on the pit road there to take advantage of that fast repair. And now he's exited the pits and he's back on there to get back in the field, stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, it looks like the captain is done crab walk, and Captain Crab Walk has resided and has returned to the racetrack with a normal race car. Looks like he just came out of pit road. He's going to restart in 25th. It does look like John Beverly already lost a lap there as well, so not a good start for him. I think he got caught up in that wreck as well. But not as bad as Michael Mata or Jared Kelly, who are already out of the race. So 26 still running here, early. 25 on the lead lap.
2 casualties early as veterans of Monday night, Michael Mata and Jared Kelly, the showboat himself, already out of the race. His pace car is off as we go back racing here. What will be lap 8 when they cross the line here on Friday Night Thunder. And Vulpes, clean start. He has the advantage over Tucker. Sean Walton behind him there, giving him a good push. So it looks like the outside line is going to be your prevailing line here on the restart. Vulpes is getting away a little bit, but they will reel him in as the draft will take effect and they start to get in line. They're fanned out already on the bottom there. You can see 3 wide action already as we're in the backstretch. They're all shuffling around, looking for real estate, pushing and shoving a little bit. It's a little early to be going for that kind of thing. Wouldn't you agree, Joe?
Some of those guys in the back, they're trying to get us up front as early as possible. I think the guys up front are trying to make this race, and we almost got a wreck. Oh, they're all over the place back there. I don't know if you saw that the 84 and the 3 got very, very loose. Great job, everybody saving it back there. Definitely gonna need to temper the action a little bit here, but up front, it looks like the guys are racing really clean with each other. Very hard, but clean. Maybe a little bit more chaos going further on back in the field.
And look at that dive down to the bottom. Look at that. Just trying to just gain any bit of an advantage you can to try to break the air there as we see Tucker weave in and out there as he controls the bottom lane there. He's going side by side with Joe Vulpes as we go on board with Sean Walton. Sean Walton diving down to the bottom there. He's looking to try to get an advantage. And as you see, it's just kind of like reshuffling the deck. The draft has such a high impact. It creates such a force that just slingshots you ahead. As you see, the high line there just really just has a great momentum. You just want to stay up top there and kind of ride as the bottom, you kind of dive down there. But as you see, as you exit the turn, you tend to plow up and you don't quite have the momentum that you do when you wrap the top.
Yeah, you can see Joe's doing a really good job of controlling the race using that high line right now. I don't know how in this revolving door he's led every lap, as they're going to go 3 wide behind him again. And maybe we're going to see David O and Stephen Neal start getting involved with Tucker and Vulpes up front.
I got to say, I really love that throwback paint scheme on that number 6 Ford Mustang there. Really just cues back to the glory days of Roush Racing. Joe Vulpes, Pennsylvania native, 5-time MRL champ, 2-time BRL runner-up. He's looking for that elusive Sunday Cup championship, and I know he'll get it before all's said and done. But Joe Volpus just controlling the traffic, controlling the pace. He's been your leader here. We're 11 laps in, and Billy Brickley, you know, he's sliding back a little bit. Just got caught back there on the bottom, kind of hung out. You kind of want to stay in line, similar to a draft track, or else if you go to make that move on the bottom without any help, you're just going to be waving goodbye to your counterparts.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. You definitely don't want to be on the outside looking in draft wise. You know, the draft, with how extreme it's been with this car, as you can see here, the 57, the 03 is already back up front. If you haven't noticed,
Brandon Guerin with the slide job there. Brandon Guerin with quite the slide job, as he's weaving his way in and out while he's pushing David Brenner there. So you kind of have to use a little bit of force to get your way to the front as well. It's just not all. It's not all, having a nice Sunday drive and waving by at everybody. You really have to jockey for position here. No quarter given, and it's just really wide open. As you see,
22 tried to clear himself. Oh, he's flipping.
22 makes contact. The 12, Zach Panzarella, gets collected in the incident. As we continue to go green, surely there's going to be a yellow flag for this. Got to be a yellow.
Caution is out.
Caution is out on lap 14, as we see David Brenner tried to clear himself, collecting Zach Panzarella. Clearly a racing incident there. We have our second caution of the night.
I think David Brenner might need to hire a new spotter after that one, because it may have been a little bit of a late call there on being clear. That's what it looked like. It looked like he tried to fill a hole that wasn't there. If gap car, I don't think the full car gap was there for that one.
Yeah, yep, no gap there for car. So we see Zach Panzarella heading the pits. He's going to have to probably use that fast repair. The nose on that car is pretty tore up on that. I think he's surveying the damage now. Might have to come back in, but quite a shot there. That outside wall is just not forgiving. It hits back.
Yeah, you got to be very, very careful, especially when there's wrecks, to see what's going to happen in these kind of races. You got to really be paying attention to your spotter. You got to be paying attention to the way the drafts work. And looks like some guy's faking out for pitting here. This is a bit more of a window to pit right here. This is really, really right on that window to make it on one stop. So we might see some guys take some tires here.
Looks like the majority of the field is coming in for service. Joe Volpus not convinced that we will stay green, so he does stay out, as well as Tucker in 35. I think, at the very least, maybe top off some fuel. You still might want to save your tires. You do have 4 sets total for tonight. You have 1 + 3 sets in the pits. Very curious to see if guys take 2 or 4 or another splash and go here. But I don't know. If you take tires now, then you might be giving up a set that you could use on a late race caution. It's just a variety of strategies that you could choose from, and personally I think I'd like to have a set for later than waste the set now.
Yeah, and you can see that in the way the strategy worked. I mean, I think Billy Brickley and Owens were out very quick. They definitely took fuel only. Jerry Rose came out of pit road very quick as well. He's moved up into the top 10. I think that was fuel only as well. And you got some new players up in the top 5. They got the Krispy Kreme machine fixed there, and got Jake Ashea up into 5th. And Jax Duval in the Goldfish car, they got the conveyor belt working good over there. Get the Snack That Smiles back gun in the top 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, all this talk about snack food, you're making me hungry at the moment. We still have a race to broadcast.
Well, here, let me change it up for you. We got some Mobile 1 right now in 3rd place with Sean Walton in the 23. He stayed out there as well.
Well, I don't know if you want to chase those goldfish down with some Mobile 1. Hey, but that's your business. But getting back to the action now, it looks like we do have some new challengers here in the top 10, as you alluded to. And it's good to see some different faces up there. Let's see how they handle being in the front pack and how they manage all these different meat missiles, you may say, approaching them at every different angle. Because I'll tell you what, from what I've seen thus far, there are a few weapons on the track tonight.
Yeah, that's a classic phrase from old Mean Gene Money. Colin.
Have to give a shout out to Mean Gene. Just a big integral part of all the broadcasting that goes on with MRL, and kind of brings us back to the original Friday Night Thunder booth, where he would take the lead, and I'd be there for the comedic relief, and you would be the glue that kept us together, Joe. So shout out Mean Gene if you're out there watching, man. Hopefully you're having a good one and enjoying what you're seeing out there. But back to business here. As you see, the pace lights are off the pace car. We will be going back green this time.
Yeah, we got them getting lined up. The 6 car took the outside here again for this restart. He's going to have Duvall, fellow East Coast Alliance driver, in line with him here. Even though there's no team alliances here on Friday nights, you do see some groups up front that do work with each other usually. Some alliances of their own. Duvall and Vulpes on the outside, and Tucker and Sean Walton on the inside for this one. We'll see which line can get going faster.
Yes, pace car is off as we will go green here, entering the Geico restart zone. Joe Vulpes fires off cleanly. Duvall shot him out of the cannon as well. Looks like the high line got the better jump there. Caught the bottom line napping a little bit. As we enter into turn 1, you have Joe Vulpes there holding the top, with Duvall in second place there. We have Tucker down there on the bottom holding steady. And it looks like further back in the action, a lot of single file, so a couple guys scraping the wall there. So obviously you have that cold tire effect, that heat cycle tire effect, so we got to get things back up to temperature here as they're kind of fanning out a little bit. I know at this point in the race you got a couple hurt race cars towards the back there, so you got guys trying to manage their stuff and guys there trying to just rocket to the front. So Joe Vulpes gets credit for the lap led there, and we are on lap 18 of 75.
Yeah, we got some crazy racing going up front here, and you know what I think we should give the old viewers back home a little taste of some new stuff and watch some great racing up front. What do you think?
You know what? I like the eye candy. I'm all about the broadcast enhancements, so I'm with you. Let's go for it.
Crank it up. Hope you guys enjoyed that new session there from us. Hope you enjoyed some little crank it up action. Looks like you're going to enjoy a new race leader for the first time tonight as well. Sean Walton going to lead here on lap 21.
Yeah, Sean Walton, a very familiar name to those of you that run an MRL or watch any of the MRL broadcasts. Sean Walton out of Lexington, Kentucky. He's definitely a Bubba Wallace fan. He represents the 23 in every series that he runs. He's got that slick Mobile One paint scheme on the car tonight, driving that very fast Toyota Camry, as you saw him take the lead from Joe Volpus there during our Crank It Up segment. Joe Volpus down there, a lane below, trying to see if he can swoop underneath, but it's hard to beat that momentum when you're riding on the top there. As you see Walton go all the way down to defend and break up that air, doing a really good job managing the gap there. He slides back up, entering turn one there. I think he's got a very fast car tonight, and as you see Matt Tucker there challenging up top, Matt Tucker, he's definitely going to be up there trying to contend for a win tonight as well, as he's shown a lot of speed and the ability to hang up front all through the race tonight, giving Sean Walton a little bump down the backstretch there. As you see the 70 of Wilson on the bottom there, taking a little sneak peek. I like that really, that kind of chrome finish on that colorful paint scheme he's got running tonight. Joe, a lot of really good inventive paint schemes on there. It's really fun to try to keep up with who is who tonight and see all the hard work these guys have put into making their cars look sharp on the track.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see some of these wonderful chrome paint schemes as well. Some guys running some familiar paint schemes, some guys running some unfamiliar ones. One that you were getting familiar with being up front there was the 6 car, and we led the first 20 laps there, Volpus, and he's in 7th now, so you can just see how quickly things can change here, just like that. 3 laps later, and he's in 7th, battling with looks like who's that, David Owens and Billy Brickley right now.
Absolutely, as he cuts the nose of Billy Brickley there, trying to get in line there behind David Owens in the 11. David Owens always running that 11 NOS Energy wherever he runs. It's a very identifiable paint scheme. Always fun to watch that group of drivers compete. And as you see, look at that gaggle back there. We're 4 wide, and contact as that gorgeous 51 car of Jerry Rose takes a little ride and hits the inside wall. The 63 as well, and involved for the second time tonight. It's a game of inches, Joe.
Yeah, it looked like we were going 4 wide there for a second, and it just we just ran out of space. 51 went for a wild ride there down the backstretch. I think I saw a pack of camels fly out of the car.
They did.
He's down in the grass there, too. He's going to start a brush fire with them down there, too.
You can't smoke them. You don't got them anymore. Jerry Rose in the 51, that sharp paint scheme tonight, it's got a little scuff on it there. Maybe it'll buff out. Glenn Jameson, for the second time tonight, gets caught up in some misfortune. Hate to see that for him. David Brenner there in the 22. Just incredible events unfolding. I love the passion. I love the aggression. It looks like they're having a really good time out there. It looks like the car could do almost anything you ask of it out there. And that draft effect, it just seems to be insane tonight.
Yeah, I think one of the other big things we have to think about is, it's a group of people that haven't really raced together as a whole. This series was come a really far way in just a matter of weeks. It looks like everybody might be coming down pit road. So let's do pit stops, and then I'll get back to my point.
Absolutely. As you see, Sean Walton leading him down pit road here, lap 26 of 75 under caution tonight. I believe it is time to get a fresh set of General tires. I'm all in favor of taking 4 freshies. Pack that thing full of the Sunoco race fuel, and let's re-rack them and try it again.
Well, you know what? With the Hoosiers, I was calling them Hoosier Daddies. With the Goodyears, it was Have a Good Ones. General Tires. What if we call them General Lees? Let's call them General Lees. 4 fresh General Lees. Which the General Lee car driver looks like may have missed his pit stall and just went through pit road. John Beverly, that is, in the 77.
Look like he got boxed out and saw his sign a little bit late there, so he's gonna have to go around again, and it's gonna cost him some positions. But with the way the draft is working tonight, he'll regroup. Looking really good in that Hendrick Cars.com 77. And the race off pit road there, Brandon Guerin looks like he beats Tommy Fox out there. Tommy Fox, always a sentimental favorite out there when he runs. Just always a pleasure to race with him on the track. Quite the gentleman to speak to. Just always rooting for him. So Tommy, great to see him out there, the Leeds, Alabama native.
Yeah, and shout out also to Brandon Garand and all the work that he does. I kind of wish that was not the paint scheme he was driving.
He's driving the Jimmy Johnson scheme nobody likes, but you know what? You got to be unique out there. Dare to be different. And Mr. Garand, he's just a hell of a racer. Great guy on and off the track. I love all that he does for MRL behind the scenes. And, man, he's just been a race buddy for the longest time. So shout out to Brandon. Hopefully we'll get you in on one of these broadcasts one night. We can talk about you and your wife's awesome company and sponsors, Chantilly Lace, and looking forward to have a nice conversation about that.
Yeah, so just to make a quick point about what we were talking about before we go back racing here. Yeah, you could definitely see that, we got a bunch of drivers out here that haven't raced with each other before, and the field's very, very large. We're up to 28, 29 guys now. So, I think everybody's just in a growing pain stage. The way the draft works is making things a lot more difficult as well for everybody to really gel together. And I think if everybody can get on board with their spotter and just a little give and take, and we can get some good green flag racing in. But I know we do have a quick little sponsor thing there for Chantilly Lace. I think Buddy was about to bring up for us.
So
Shout out to Buddy as well for all he does.
One of our proud sponsors of MRL and all the broadcasts, Chantilly Lace Weddings. They'll provide all your photography and videography needs if you are in the Southeast, specifically South Carolina, Georgia, Charleston, Savannah, that kind of thing. But just reach out to them. Chantilly Lace Weddings, they do a hell of a job, multi-time awarded for the work that they do. You have to go to their website and check them out. They're just unrivaled. So we're proud to have Chantilly Lace to be a partner with us. As we go back green, we have a wonderful restart there as Zach Panzarella gets shot out of a cannon here as we go back green. And he timed it just perfectly on the high line, kind of stepped out a little bit. Will he pay the penalty as the field reels him in once we get up to speed, Joe?
The thing I'm going to be looking at is who took tires and who didn't. Looked like a few guys. Zach didn't pit at all there, so he stayed out. He may have taken tires on the last caution, actually. So he's on a bit of a different strategy. A couple guys took fuel only there as well. We saw that with the way the field broke up, and you can see just how crazy it's getting further on back.
4 wide.
Look at this.
4 wide as we exit out of turn 4 as we go into the D oval. Pretty incredible racing that they all kept it together there. You mentioned tires and how Zach stayed out and did not take tires, and some guys did take tires. In your opinion and your experience, do you believe there will be a fall off in the tires from saying he has 5 to 10 lap old tires versus the guys that just took fresh tires?
I do think it's going to make a difference here in the future once they get the tires up to temp. As you see, Collins got his up to temp. He's going to go into the lead, it looks like. And looks like we got some crazy racing going on behind them as well.
Yeah, Colin Bollinger, now our new leader, Mr. 4K himself. Zach Panzarella not satisfied with running shotgun as he tries to push it on the outside to try to carry the momentum. Bollinger definitely on those fresh tires, and it's sharp in that paint scheme of the 03 tonight. Really, really visible car on the track as you see Panzarella goes to swoop underneath them and carry that run as we enter turn 3 there. They're really going to get packed up. You see 3 wide behind them, but I think Bollinger is going to carry that momentum and maintain the lead as we exit 4 here on lap 31.
Look at that, 3 wide behind them. You got, looks like Vulpes and Owens are following Panzarella on the very bottom.
Owens with the pump trap to Vulpes, pushing, shoving Vulpes through there. Try to make that bottom work. I don't think he'll have enough to slide up there. I think it's going to stall out just a little bit, but what an incredible way to just push the momentum and just carry that pace through the turns. David Owens willing Joe Vulpes back up to the front.
You know what I see on the bottom lane? There's 3 Sunday Bonfire teammates there. The Gulf Coast boys of Vulpes, Owens, and Lynott. Lynott driving a little bit different paint scheme there, the green and yellow John Deere this week. Another classic of his that he runs, that he used to run back in the day. Not
Little
the
bobble
normal
from
two-side
Duran
awareness.
behind him. As you see that they're just a hornet's nest right behind the Gulf Coast boys there. Brandon Garand in the middle of that kind of in that vacuum there, bobbling around. Lucky that we did not see another incident as they were 3 wide, threatening 4 wide. And it's just amazing that I've noticed these cars are a little bit more forgiving when there is contact running side by side. When you see cars in the Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, and even the Truck Series, a little bit of door contact there, you both can end up going for a spin and going for a ride. These cars will take a little bit of a hit, and you can recover. So that is an amazing feature to see with these ARCA cars.
Oh, you can just see the runs everybody's taking, the moves that are being made. Everybody's getting tight. It's
Another
getting
4
very
wide. This is wild. I feel like I'm watching a video game. This is crazy. This is unbelievable that the iRacing sim has produced this quality of racing, this style of racing here for your viewing pleasure. These guys are just going for it like every lap is white flag. I'm just beyond words at this point.
Oh my
Looks like
goodness,
we have
man!
Sean Walton back to the lead. I know there's.
Look at this. We're just gonna go 3 wide everywhere. We're gonna go 3 wide again into turn 1 for the lead.
3 wide for the lead on lap 35. Where else can you say that besides a super speedway? This is insane racing. I'm loving every minute of it, Joe. This is what I want to see week in and week out with the Friday night ARCA series.
Man, these guys are racing really hard right now, but it's very clean right now. We're getting a very good green flag run in here. Hopefully I don't jinx it by saying that. Very great racing though at the moment. If everybody keeps racing like this, we might be in for a wild one here.
I'm telling you, there is just no moment of pause. You could look anywhere on the track and you could see action any lap. As you see, Tucker has regained command of the lead here. Bollinger in second, Joe Volpus in third. They're just shuffling places every lap, every set of corners. This is incredible. As we go on board here with David Owens just before and Joe Volpus, it was just incredible bird's eye view of all the action right in front of you. To just be in the middle of that hornet's nest with seeing cars just shuffle side by side, just picking lanes, just throwing it in the turns at will. There's just heart racing action. I wish we had a heart rate monitor on some of these guys because this is white knuckled action at its finest.
Oh, got a little close there between the Gulf Coast boys.
Little side drafting got a little close there, a little too close for comfort there, as David Owen and Joe Volpus trying to feel out the nuances and push it to the limits there. Incidental contact, but they keep going and they keep charging to the front there to challenge Colin Bollinger and Matt Tucker for the lead here at lap 37 of 75 tonight.
Man, it just looks like once you can do a really good job of controlling the lead. Once you find a way to make it work to get around the leader, you can really find a way to control it. But it does take a look like a few laps to really set up that kind of a move.
Almost a 4 wide scenario there to round out your top 10. As you can see right down there is as Stephen Neal and Mandela and Lynott there, just a hornet's nest, just wild action right behind your top 5. It's incredible. I'm just lost for words right now. Look at that. It's David Owens with the slide job. Colin Bollinger let him know. Bollinger said, "Hey, man, I'm here. You better make sure you're clear."
It looks like that may have cost the 6 car a lot of time. He fell way back.
Yeah, when you see something like that, you kind of like wonder, do I check up? Do I lift?
Oh, the 45! Oh, God, no. The 45's around. The 44's lost his front bumper and it's back. And we got a caution.
Caution comes out. It looks like, just not clear.
Man, that was, I think we were going 4 wide there for a second.
They've been going
you could just
4
see
wide every lap.
It just changes so quickly, though. Looks like somebody's having some trouble in the grass down there. Somebody might be trying to do some explore. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
No.
Yeah, that's not looking too good there. Okay.
Yeah, we might need a new race car there. I think that's the 53 of Dave Ward. He might need to use a fast repair
Yeah,
with whatever's going on there.
Dave Ward entering the pits had to take the optional tow, so that may potentially put him a lap or two down before he can use his fast repair. Dave Ward, a newcomer to the series, very fast each week thus far, so hopefully he can get things sorted out in the pits there and be back out and run with the field here. As you see, we're under caution, lap 39. I have noticed a few things as we see the leaders going down a pit road. We'll hold that thought for a moment, and let's see what these guys are up to. They just came in for tires just a few laps ago, so perhaps this is just a top off the tank and go affair.
So what we're looking at right now is this is interesting because I don't really know the advantage of topping off for fuel here. If you just took tires on lap 25 or 30, taking fuel here doesn't really help you. But if you haven't taken, like if you took tires really early in the race, now's a great time to take a second set. Because if we go green from here, you can come and do a splash and go with 5 to go. So we might see a couple guys take tires here, maybe even for the first time tonight.
So, for example, like a person like a Zach Panzarella that did not take tires last time, it would probably be advantageous for him to take tires on this go-around.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking is maybe come take some tires here, try and flip the race back into his favor, especially if it goes green. But I don't know. The tires are very interesting. I haven't really seen much tire wear really come into effect. I mean, you saw Zach. Once Zach lost the lead, it looked like he was able to hold on pretty well with the draft. So I'm not sure if what the sweet spot is.
So I think the tire model is really good for this track and for this series, and I think even if you get shuffled back a few places, you can definitely manage your stuff within the draft by manipulating the throttle and your lift points, and that way you can kind of nurse your tires to a degree and kind of save your stuff over the course of a long run. So tires, while they are important everywhere, I think you can get away with making your tires last here and not crying uncle to get a set of tires at every caution or every possible instance. So to your point there, yes, it's just all about managing your stuff, and I think the draft has a lot to play in that tonight.
Yeah, you can see a couple guys stayed out here as well. So Kyle Lynott, usually in the suicide awareness car this week, and John Deere equipment. Definitely running a classic paint scheme to him, the Chad Little throwback. He's going to take the lead here for the first time tonight. Vulpes stayed out with him, his Gulf Coast teammate, so we'll see if they have some sort of plan worked out on this restart. Looks like Juan Delgado stayed out. Welcome to the top 5, Juan. It looks like you see Jake Ashea in the row with him. Tommy Fox in the top 5 for the first time tonight, right behind him. I think that's David Owens on the row with him. I see Ricky Mandela's up there in the top 10 as well. The Animal House Customs, those hats are absolutely incredible. Definitely love the work that they've been doing over on BRL, and love to get some future endeavors with them over here.
So yeah, they have a lovely merch line, and a lot of guys flipping the script on trying to get that good old track position. The John Deere scheme looking extra sexy tonight. Hopefully he won't be part of the landscape team before this is all said and done. Pace lights are off the car as we're on lap 41 of 75. Now, we've had a couple cautions, Joe. There's been a couple strategies at play. We are past halfway, but they on the fringe of just making it from here. So it's going to be very curious to see what we're doing as Kyle Lynott takes the green flag here on the restart, gets a good jump, caught the bottom sleeping again. So the top line seems to really be where the action's at on these restarts. As you see, he's going to wrap the top, carry the momentum. Jake Ashea following him. David Owens up top there as well. Joe Volpe is going to try to see if he can push it there, see if he can slide up there, maybe kind of get there and not hemorrhage too many positions.
I see some guys going a little crazy back there. I think they saved it, though.
All the way down on the apron there, they were able to save it. That is wild action back there. As you see Jax Duvall back there, maybe a little contact with somebody else, rubbing a little fender there. They are able to recover and keep it moving, so they didn't lose too much, but they kept the car, which is the most important part.
Yeah, definitely seen. I think there was a bit of a stack up there on the second row on back that really created all that there on that restart, because you can see it's about a 4-car breakaway as it looks like everybody's starting to come back together. I think I also just saw Jake Shea spill some more Mountain Dew on the outside wall there in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it
Got
shouldn't
it
be drinking
really
and
good.
driving. Yeah, you can't be drinking and driving here. It's just too high stakes here at a track like this to keep your eyes off the windshield or off the mirror. So you see David Owens, a newcomer to the lead tonight. David Owens in the 11 NOS Energy Ford. He's going to get credit for leading a lap tonight as he takes it all the way down to the bottom, trying to break that air. Kyle Anott going to give him a little push, see if he can shovel through, and he does force his way up there. So Kyle Anott there and David Owens battling there. Will Kyle slide up and take the position? It looks like he has the momentum. He's going to slide up and regain the lead. So good battle brewing here up front. You see Joe Volpus in fourth. They're really cooking it.
Oh, the 70 car.
70 car. The 95 also slow.
I think I saw some debris flying. Oh, there it is, the 35. He's flipping.
Oh my goodness.
Out.
Oh my goodness, more carnage on Friday night. Poor Matt Tucker.
Matt Tucker's got the Greg Van Alst luck going with that paint scheme he's driving. I think that's hopefully he has a faster pair, because that car is toast.
That looks pretty terminal. Hopefully he does have that fast repair in place. Matt Tucker running up front all day, not accustomed to being caught in that hornet's nest. So, race at your own risk when you're back there with the herd.
I think he's lost steering with the way that thing's driving. I don't know if he's going to be able to turn to his pit stall.
I hope he has brakes.
Look at this. He can't get the thing turned to the right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So he has put the Darlington stripe on the inside pit wall of Autoclub. So I think he has some severe technical difficulties. He cannot get that car straightened out. I don't know how his pit crew. I don't know how the pit crew is going to service that vehicle.
There's no way he's trying. He's trying. Man, look at this.
Dedication. Don't slide back too many. You'll get disqualified.
Okay. All right, get it forward. Come on.
There it is.
Oh, wow. I can't believe you made that work.
I don't think I've seen such a thing on pit road in my entire life. That was quite the spectacle.
All right, it looks like we got 30 laps to go here. And I think I saw some new people up in the top 10 that I haven't seen in a while. I think I saw the 77 car make an appearance at the tail end of the top 10. 57, you see him there. He's in 6th as well. So got some new players up front. Let's see if anybody pits here, though. They might be giving up their track position. It looks like a lot of guys look like they're about to come down.
Like
this is the window to make it to the end. I will tell you that much there. See, looks like
Brandon Garand. He just barely missed hitting that commitment cone. That's about as close as you could cut it. So he stays out.
I wonder if this is a strategy decision. You think he's trying to?
Zach Panzarella thinks I'm going to try the same thing. I think they believe more cautions will occur. I think that we're not done with the yellow flags tonight, and so they say, why not? Steve Lewis joined the party as well. He's like, let's try some track position. Let's see what it's like to run up front, try to clamor for that clean air, see if we can make something happen. Plenty of racing to be had here. So you see the 77 exit in pit road. He's going to have a favorable spot up there in the top 10. So, it just boils down to confidence. And I think if you believe that there's going to be more yellow flags, then you should stay out.
Yeah, you can see some new players up front here now as well. So now you got Brandon Garand in the lead. We were just talking about how he's in the top 10. So now he's leading. Steve Lewis is up to 3rd. The captain stayed out as well. Beverly's now in the top 5 and 5th. Jay Stinson's in the top 10 for the first time, I believe, tonight. He's up to 6th. Glenn Jameson, after all the issues he's had tonight, he's now in 7th after all
Glenn
that.
up there. Yeah, good to see Glenn up there. He recovered nicely. So I think everybody's going to get a shout out before the end of this thing for good reason. We've really done a lot of lead changes, a lot of pit strategy to get different guys to the front. A lot of drivers racing hard to work their way to the front. So it's good to see. It's good to see different people running up front. So it just shows you how balanced the series is in terms of talent, in terms of ability. So it's really anybody's race. And when we go green, we're going to have roughly 27 to go. When we go back green, it's going to be a shootout. And I just don't think we're done with the yellows just yet, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, just look at who's up there as well. I mean, I see, some of the guys that were up front right there, Lynott, Owens, and Vulpes, they were 1, 2, 3 there, and now they're 9th, 10th, and 11th here for this restart, I believe. Or 9th, 10th, and 12th, I'm sorry.
So some of these guys might have fresh rubber where your first couple rows of drivers might be on some older stuff. So it'll be curious to see how that unfolds as we go back green and everybody gets back up to speed. Some guys that aren't accustomed to running up front for the first time tonight, so they're kind of feeling how things are going to be running towards the top there. So you have all these hungry guys behind them that have been leading all race. It's going to be really exciting to watch as the pace car has the lights off once more. It's going to dip down into pit road, and we're going to go back green and watch this unfold.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how the front row reacts here. Brandon Garand going to have the lead for the first time here on a restart tonight, and we're going to see how that plays out. Zach Panzarella has been up front before on the front row, so maybe he'll be the guy to get something going on the inside here.
It sure is, because the high line's been the dominant line on these restarts. Let's see if that theory holds true once more as we go green on lap 49 of 75 on Friday Night Thunder, brought to you by the MRL. Brandon Garand, he got shot out of that same cannon, man. I'm telling you, that high line, Joe, it's doing something tonight as he takes the lead as we go in through turn 1. Zach Panzarella on the bottom in 2nd. Jake O'Shea in 3rd, challenging on the outside. So as you can see, these guys are going. These guys are going for it. Haven't seen the front much all night. Brandon Garand trying to control the air, trying to block the air, change lanes. And looks like you got some guys on the bottom there. Colin Bollinger, David Owens on the bottom trying to get underneath and gain those positions back.
Oh, boy.
David Owens giving a tap to Beverly. Get out of my way. I got places to be.
And look at how it's created this scramble around them. We got cars going down almost into the grass to get around them.
Yeah, so it took him a moment to recover that after that half spin. So you lose a lot of momentum there. So everybody was just trying to find a different lane as we're 4 wide again in front of him. So just a wild series of events here, and just so much can change in the blink of an eye.
Zero's around.
Tommy Fox goes around for a wild ride. A couple cars collected there. Oh my goodness. The 95 again caught up in an incident. Tommy Fox, contact. I hope that's not going to end his night. He's just minding his own business out there.
I think that was terminal there. See, I think that might be it.
He just left and took the tow. So I think Tommy Fox is done tonight. It was just a series of events there, chain reaction. You have the restart. You have guys on older tires, guys on fresh tires, and David Owens giving a little encourageable shove to Beverly there. I think it stacked a bunch of guys up, and they were looking to find different lanes to operate. And then I think just a little bit of 3 and 4 wide action collected Tommy Fox in the turn there, and it just sucks to see that.
All right, so some guys I want to look at here. Panzarella took the lead from Garand. Stinson stayed up front very well. Bollinger's up to 5th. We were talking about Vulpes, Owens, and Lynott. So Vulpes went from 12th to 7th. Lynott went from 9th to 11th in that scramble. And David Owens has dropped way back with all of that. It looks like he's back in Where's he running? It looks like maybe just outside the top 10, maybe in about 15th or so.
Like he's at about 13th. Yep, 13th. So he did shuffle back a few places, but knowing David, he'll find his way back to the front. It won't take long at all. As you see, Steve Lewis entering pit road for some service. Maybe a little bit of damage there from that wreck. David Owens as well. Beverly in for pits. So a good time maybe to kind of check your stuff. Maybe top off or perhaps put on that last set of tires. Definitely multiple strategies at play here.
Yeah, I think it's a little too early. If you have 2 sets left, I think it's okay to put on a set here. So some of these guys might have 2 sets left. I see Jerry Rose is putting tires on. John Beverly's putting tires on. Looks like a couple others down there as well might be putting some tires on. I think Lewis put tires on. So those guys probably had 2 sets left. And after this, I would assume they would have 1 in case of a late race caution. I think everybody else is pretty much sitting on 1 set for the end of the race, so they're going to have a little bit fresher tires. So we're going to see if that makes a bit of a difference here.
Yeah, not too many laps around on that last cycle there, so I feel like maybe tires weren't necessary unless you were caught up in that incident and kind of slid and flat spotted them a little bit, but definitely want to manage the tire situation as you want to have a set in pocket there in case we have a late race caution.
3 guys I want to give a shout out to that have worked their way closer to the front. David Brenner, for the first time tonight, is in the top 10, I believe. He's up to 8th here right now, so he's having a good recovery from that wreck early on in the race. A couple spots behind him, I see in 12th, making his first start, is Lucas Alves. So shout out to him. What a good drive from him to be up there in 12th right now. And if you look right behind him, Michael Benton's in 13th right now. So good run from him as well. Those guys, Michael Benton, of course, we see him a lot in the Sunday Bonfire Cup. I think he's found a good car for him, good car track combo for him. That's not called the Monza Oval at the moment.
I promise that's his home away from home. If we're not racing at Monza Oval, he is not a happy man. So I'm glad that he's made the compromise. He's joined the ARCA series. He's driving the ARCA car. He's having a time. And, shout out to Lucas Alves, L.A. back from the console racing days. Some of us know him, making his first appearance tonight. He's joined the iRacing gang, and great to see him out there tonight. So welcome aboard, Lucas. Hope you're enjoying yourself, and we look forward to racing with you more.
Yeah, and then on the other end, I just want to say right now, I think running shotgun to the field, I think I saw Duval right now is your guy that's shotgun to the field in 24th.
Yeah.
So
I think
the Goldfish conveyor belt's got some trouble right now.
I think he wanted to put some goldfish in that mixed in with that buckshot and tell a few people his displeasure. So we'll see what Florida man can do to recover. It's not always sunny in Florida, so hopefully he can make key lime pie out of those key limes from the Key West Florida man himself. So bad analogy, but better racing in store, guys. That's all I got.
All right, here we go. Another restart. So Brandon had the start on the lead on the last one. He started on the outside. Now Zach has the lead on this one, going to start on the outside. I think we're going to see more of the same.
Bottom lane to disadvantage tonight. Zach Panzarella has the control. Enter the Geico restart zone. We go green. He goes late in the zone. He gets shot out of a cannon once more. Highline's where it's at today. Zach Panzarella is your leader here as we go back green on Friday night. Brandon Garan down on the bottom there. Bottom stacked up a little bit. The top got going a little bit better. Panzarella drops to the bottom, takes control of the race, and he'll probably slide back up to the top exiting turn 2 here. Garan finds a spot in second, slides up to the top as well. A lot of pack racing there as you see him fanning out 3 and 4 wide as a car goes down.
23's around.
23 going for a wide. Sean Walton getting turned there. His caution flag is going to come out once more. Sean Walton going for a ride there. We saw him leading the race earlier tonight, Joe, and he got the other end of the spectrum on that one. So no fault of his own there. Just guys just trying to shuffle for position on a restart. It stacks up. They go 3-4 wide, and before you know it, you're run out of racetrack.
Yeah, he looked like he was almost down and out there. He was very close, I think, to hitting that inside wall. Very close to being like his mentor or his enthusiast there. So I saw LeBron James enthusiast. He was very close to becoming like LeBron was on the court the other night there when when he got ran into Dante and was down for the count. His car was almost down for the count right there.
Very good car control, good save on his part to avoid the heavy contact, avoid the excessive damage. He's going to live to fight another day. So I would just say if you have another set of tires, slap them on there and go back after it, Sean. But caution once more as we have 21 laps to go here on our Friday night Thunder from the hallowed grounds of the Autoclub.
Yeah, it looks like nobody's going to come down this time, at least up front. Maybe a few stragglers in the back going to come, maybe take a little extra fuel, maybe fix a little damage. Ricky Mandela, it looks like Duval might still be taking tires, or I don't know. He's doing Florida man things.
I think so. I think he had a little bit more damage to fix up on there. I think there was still some remaining on the clock, so hopefully he'll be able to patch things up. Sean Walton staying out. He has confidence that his tires weren't flat spotted, so hopefully he can recover and charge through the field. We're getting down into those moments where it's going to be money time here soon. These guys are going to have to ratchet up the intensity more than what we've seen thus far, and I don't know if that's even possible. But drivers are going to become more and more desperate as these laps click off, Joe. So put me in the head of the driver. What are you thinking at this point during the race?
So I've seen the way that the race has gone to this point and the way that the draft works. There's a couple different mindsets right now. If I'm leading the race, if I'm Zach, it's all about controlling the field behind me and figuring out where I'm the best in order to do that. For Brandon on the inside, it's going to be about minimizing the damage on a restart. But then when you go further back in the field, when you're thinking about guys, mid-pack right now, maybe in between like 11th to 20th, I see David Owens, I see John Beverly, I see Steve Lewis back there. They got to be thinking about making moves that'll set them up for the end of the race better, but also maybe banking on a caution in order to get themselves propped back into a position to win. So you want to make up as many spots as you can before the next caution is what they're thinking is they're going to think there's probably going to be another caution. Business is going to pick up even more. Let me get as many spots as I can before that happens. And then if you're in the back, like Sean Walton, who just got spun, I think his strategy pretty much is going to be, let's take it easy for a lap or two. Let's see how the mood of the race is in front of me, and if they're not going, then I'm going to go and make the moves that I need to make in order to get back into a position to maybe get a top 10 out of this.
Yeah, so definitely for somebody like Walton or those in towards the rear of the field, you're banking on more cautions. You want this race to drag out more and more and try to gain a few positions, leapfrog little by little, extend the race, if you will. Where somebody like Panzarelli definitely wants to manage his stuff, wants to try to manage the pace of the race. Not so much mirror drive at this point, but definitely have to take into consideration other guys are becoming more desperate. So yeah, a lot of play here. That makes it for a very spicy final act of the race. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is all going to sort out. As you see, the pace lights are off the pace car again. So we're really going to just ratchet up the intensity once more, and we're going to let them have at it. And I'm excited to see the action unfold, Joe.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. We still have new tires, old tires. We're going to see how the inside gets going on this restart. Volp is going to restart behind Zach, so we'll see if maybe some different games here, maybe some different pushing. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Pace car off. Zach Panzarello leaves the Geico restart zone, and once again, flawless restart. Bottom having a little bit of trouble getting going. Greg Guerin trying to time that restart up just a little slow, but he's going to recover nicely and hold second place as he's side by side with Volpus on the high line there. Will Graham be able to slide up? He's going to find the real estate and slide up into second place. Joe Volpus on the outside there as Grand shuffles back down, thought better of the slide job. And you see Steve Lewis towards the back of the pack there, but the 60 car of Jay Stinson there quietly quietly hanging in the top 5 there. He's on the prowl. He's feeling very predatory, and I like to see it up there. So Zach Panzarella drops down to the bottom, breaking up the air, managing the traffic, going down and up the track. Very, very methodical about that. It's a super speedway tactic that can work well at these larger layouts, as well as you see 3 and 4 wide action by some of your Gulf Coast drivers and some of your MRL regulars there trying to get up front, trying to break through. You see Guerin trying to block David Brenner down there. Kyle Lynott on the outside. Jake O'Shea on the high side there. A lot of... Oh, we see Lynott. He sled. Oh, T-bone.
Oh, we're wrecking. Oh, we're flipping. There's a car turtled.
The big one at Auto Club.
69 car's turtled.
We have the big one at Auto Club. The car's flipping.
Look at
Michael Benton on his dome. Michael Benton on his dome. Sorry, bud. Wow. Look at that.
I don't
Cars
think that
without their
thing's
noses.
back over.
I don't think he's in Kansas anymore. That's incredible. What did we just see? We just saw absolute carnage at Auto Club as the big one unfolds with 16 laps to go. Incredible. Jerry Rose with terminal damage, Burt Wilson with damage. I think they're not going to be able to carry on. So many cars done for.
I see the 35. I saw him for a split second. He had a lot of damage. Lynott, I think he had a lot of damage. The 22 was definitely involved. I think the 77 got a piece of it. Oh yeah, 77 got a little more than a piece of it.
He's done. Matt Tucker, he looks like his car is looking like it's in pretty fair shape. It looks like it can turn.
I think it can turn, but I think he's missing some vital parts to it.
Oh, yeah, they kind of need a nose here at a place like Auto Club.
A lot of people are missing some vital parts. Delgado, Lynott, I think I saw Alvis is missing some vital parts. I think I saw Duval missing the front nose. I think he's gonna need to go with his fellow QB to get a nose job here.
Oh my goodness. So as you can see, everybody is getting more desperate, just throwing just haymakers here in the final laps, just trying to gain the position. All take, no give at this point, and you can clearly see the results. I think Lynott tried to clear himself, and it triggered the big one here at Auto Club tonight, Joe.
Yeah, and you saw the guys that had faster pairs there and the guys that didn't. So I think some guys are going to be done, some guys are not. I mean, look at how many cars stayed out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars.
Yeah, so Bollinger's out, Michael Benton's out, Beverly's out. Casualties, mass casualties.
You know who the big winner out of this was? Is the 23 car.
Sean Walton. Somehow avoids the massacre, and look at how do you do, sir. He found his way in the top 10, so he's licking his chops at this point.
Just like I said, you just want to wait out the first couple laps, see how the guys are going to drive, and you know what? It couldn't have worked out better for him. He restarted 22nd there, and now he's in 7th.
Yeah, so Stephen Neal, another benefactor from this, moving up 23 spots on that exchange, surviving the big one. So it just happened so quickly. Their misfortune has turned into quite the fortune. So new life. Another chance to try to charge to the front here, and another chance to maybe steal one here tonight.
All right, I'm going to be very interested to see how this restart goes, because Vulpes is very, very good at restarts, and the inside line has done absolutely nothing. So I think out of people to make the inside work in the field tonight, he's probably one of the top 3 or 4 that will be able to make it work. So we're going to see if that theory holds true, or if he's going to end up being a dud down there as well.
So Zach Panzarella choosing the high line for the restart. That's where the success and the money is being made tonight. Joe Vulpes on the bottom there. Hopefully he'll time the restart up and be able to challenge Zach there. Brandon Guerin in the second row there with You have Stephen Neal up top there. So it's anybody's guess. It's just going to reshuffle the deck and just watch like all the ants scatter when we go green.
We're going to see if we're done wrecking here as well. I see a lot less cars on the track, so we might be done wrecking for the night.
We've been proven wrong before, but let's see what happens as we go green. Zach Panzarella holds the control, shoots out of the cannon late in the Geico restart zone again, and he gets the advantage over Joe Volpus as we go back green. Lap 63 of 75, 13 to go on Friday Night Thunder, brought to you by MRL.
You know, I think Volpus didn't get as good of a restart as he probably wanted to, but he's got a lot better one than other guys. He's trying to make a challenge for the lead already here coming out of two.
He did. He's keeping it close to Panzarella. He's got a sniff. He's on the nose. He will get some of the draft effect as he's getting a little push from Brandon Garand as we enter turn 3. And Panzarella drops down to the bottom. Volpus stays high. And you know, he's going to carry some momentum here. He's going to challenge Panzarella on corner exit. So Panzarella drops to the bottom, trying to break up the air, control the traffic, manage the lanes. Volpus up top, going to dive all the way down to the bottom to try to make a swooping move and see if we can get a slide job out of turn 2 here. I think it's going to work if he can carry that momentum. He's got the speed. He's got the real estate. Will he finish the move? And yes, the slide job does indeed work as Joe Volpus, now your new leader. Zach Panzarella with the crossover move down the backstretch as we enter turn 3. Joe, it's going nuts over here. Help me.
Man, it looks like, you know what I'm looking at, though, is the 23 car is up to third. I think those fresh tires are coming into great effect for him right now. He might be able to make some moves here.
Look at Sean Walton looking racy and dicey as he's looking for some real estate. He's got the fresh tires. He has the air. He has the goods. He says, hey, knock, knock, who's there? It's me. Let me in. Joe Volpus still your leader here as we go to 11 laps to go at Autoclub Speedway. Sean Walton slides up to the top. He will be in second place, so he's going to challenge Volpus here on the backstretch as we enter turn 3. Is he going to dive to the bottom or is he going to stay patient? He drives to the bottom. He's going to take the move. Will he be able to clear Volpus and slide back up and get credit for the lap and control the race? Slide job complete. Sean Walton, your new leader here as we approach the start-finish line for 10 to go. The action increases as Volpus pushes Walton down the front stretch there as we enter turn 1. They are really, really pushing and shoving now, Joe. It's really building up as we're 3 wide behind our leaders, 4 wide.
All right, we're going to see the way this... Oh, my goodness. Look at the racing behind them, though. We're going to see, though, what Volpus does. Is he going to try and make a move back for the lead, or is he going to sit behind Walton here and try and bide his time for a little bit later?
Jay Stinson getting a little impatient down there in the bottom, trying to see if he can make the bottom work there, slicing and dicing. I don't think we're done just yet as we're 3 wide with Grand as the sandwich, meeting the sandwich there as we come to 9 to go from Auto Club. There may be fewer cars in the field right now, but they're just as aggressive as they've been the entire race, Joe. I don't think we're done just yet. Walton still in control of the lead. Volpus nipping at his heels, trying to find any advantage that he can.
Yeah, it's getting very dicey up front. It does look like, though, guys are starting to settle out. It looks like for the first time tonight, I see a lot of single file running, to be honest with you. I think we might be having the calm before the storm here.
I think they're just trying to reload, catch their breath, try to get a game plan here for the final 8 laps as we come to the start-finish line once again at Auto Club. I think it's kind of just take a step back, see what you got, see if you have any friends that'll help you, see if you can make a charge to the front. As you can see, as long as you stay close, the draft has an immense effect, so you can recover and get a run at will here. So it's all about timing it just right. As you see, a little bit of contact there as that car hits the wall. So we're not done testing that safety barrier just yet. Sean Walton taking the lead. You have Jay Stinson on the bottom there. Joe Volpus sniffing there, sniffing, looking, and it's still going to be Sean Walton here as we go and click off yet another lap at Auto Club. We've got 7 to go, Joe. What are we doing now?
Looks like Volpus and Neal are going to stick with Sean Walton and maybe wait until the end of this race to make their moves. It looks like everybody else, though, is trying to get themselves into a position.
Look at Brickley down on the bottom there.
Brickley and one of them trying to make some aggressive moves. A couple other guys as well trying to get up to the front as well here before this race is over to have a say at the win.
Now, do you think some of these guys are trying to make these exaggerated moves that show, hey, I'm willing, come join me, be a friend, let's team up? Do you think it's trying to signal other guys, hey, let's try this and strengthen numbers? Or do you think it's just desperation moves and throwing Hail Marys at this point?
I think it's a little bit of both. Oh my goodness, look at the 44. He's driving it in really deep, trying to make these moves stick. We'll see if we can get anything to work.
He's leaving all the tread on the asphalt there. He's going to drive it home with cords.
Man, you can just see how much he's laying it down. Matthew Fritz is up in the top 5. We haven't talked about him all night, except when he was involved in that early accident. He's running in 4th right now. He's trying to get up there and win this thing.
Well, I think Matthew Fritz will work with Stinson as they are allies and they are teammates on Monday nights. Let's see if they can use that mojo and work together here to try to challenge Vulpes and Walton up front. You have Stephen Neal there in 3rd place. He's just kind of an innocent bystander watching and seeing how it's going to unfold and try to be an opportunist here. As you see, these guys are trying to fan out a little bit. You have a lot of dedicated 2 lines going there. They were trying to stay off each other to try to avoid the side draft. Vulpes just patiently letting Walton control the race, seeing if the run can develop here, taking the outside as Walton goes down low. We're coming to 4 to go here, so it's going to be really exciting to see when these guys are going to start making those moves, because time is starting to run out.
Man, you can see the pack racing's way better tonight than it was in the truck series at a super speedway, which is pretty incredible. As the 44 is going to make another bold move. He's going to slide a couple guys.
Give me this racing any night of the week. Look at Brickley. Look at Brickley trying to run him and will himself on that bottom line. Has help from Fritz pushing and shoving him. He's like, let's get that bottom line working. That top line is so dominant right now with Walton commanding the pace of the race. These guys are getting desperate as we go 3 wide. Matthew Fritz said here, let's try the run the apron. Brickley caught in the middle there. Sean Walton still getting away. These guys need to be more methodical. They need to work together and try to formulate a plan to get around Sean Walton if they have any hope of winning this race tonight.
Yeah, you could just see the way that these guys up front are controlling the race. Neal, Vulpes, Garan, they're doing a great job of controlling it. But Billy Brickley is going to try and be a wedge in all that, as he's going to work his way up to 3rd here.
Man, I'll tell you what about Billy Brickley. He's racing it the way I would. He's just going for it, to be, to be or not to be, to wreck or not to wreck. He's going for it. Sean Walton, still your leader here. We're approaching the line here. 2 to go. Time is running out. What are we doing, guys? Is Vulpes going to make his move now, or is he going to wait for the white flag? As you see Brickley trying again. Brickley, go for it. Will he be able to clear? He does clear. Billy Brickley, the crossover. Walton with the crossover. Walton's going to regain on the backstretch. Oh boy, it's a drag race down the backstretch. David Owens entering the picture on the bottom there. Joe Vulpes patiently trying to find a way to try to get around Walton as he takes the outside there and regains command of the lead. Wow, this is exciting racing.
Here we go. We're coming to the white flag. We're going to have 1 lap to go here in the race. Looks like Walton and Brickley are going to get away.
They're wrecking.
Such a big wreck.
All
the
your
57's
leaders.
flipping. The 11 is flying. Oh my goodness.
David Owens took the flip of his life as Sean Walton and Billy Brickley have a drag race on this white flag. Caution is not out. They're still racing. Sean Walton trying to break the air. Billy Brickley's going for it. Will he take a dive bomb maneuver here in turn 3? What did I just see?
Man, that was insane. I think we're going to need to get a crime scene down there in turn 1. I hope they're not scattered all over
Billy
the track.
Brickley, it's not going to be enough as Sean Walton is going to take the checkered flag and win at Autoclub on Friday night. Thunder.
What a race. What a win. Oh my God, I saw a car flip behind him.
There was still a car on its lid. Unbelievable. David Owens still flipped on his lid as Sean Walton takes the checkered flag. What the hell just happened? That was amazing.
What a wild finish. I can't believe what I just saw. Oh my goodness. Sean Walton, though, great job holding everybody off there at the end to get the win. I think that's his first MRL win, if I'm not mistaken.
That was his first win on Friday night. I do believe he has won in the Xfinity Series before, but I will say that is an incredible success story tonight. Runs up front, has serious misfortune, starts in the back, and finds his way to victory lane as he's going to do the burnouts and burn it on down. Sean Walton, guys, you got to give it up. Didn't see this coming. Good job.
Man, he was 22nd there with 20 to go, and he ends up winning the race. It's pretty crazy. And I think, I got the earpiece, and I think the LeBron James enthusiast is ready to come on up into the booth.
Well, Sean Walton, your winner tonight on Friday Night Thunder, presented to you by MRL. I do believe we have our race winner here for the interview. Sean, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the broadcast, Sean. That was a hell of a race we just witnessed. You kind of walk me through it here. You start out strong. You show a lot of speed early. You lead early. You have some misfortune happen, some untimely cautions. Start 22nd with 20 laps to go, and then charge your way to your front. Just walk me through that.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I think I started like mid-pack, and I tried to save as best as I could. Then I got to I think relatively close to the front, and then I just realized because there was a caution and I didn't pit, and I realized that tires really didn't matter that much because of the draft. So I kept that in mind for a late race restart. And when I, at the end of the race, I just tried to save my stuff for the beginning of that last run. And then I got up to the front and just controlled the pace from there. Tried to keep Volpus behind me because I knew he was on the same tires as me. And just ran my race.
So tell me, when you're in the pack like that, and the draft effect as strong as it was tonight, and you see guys just kind of just dive bombing, making drastic lane changes, having incredible runs. How do you manage all that during the course of a race? Because it seems like it's just so enticing to go out there and just take all the spots you can and try to get to the front as soon as possible. But we saw tonight that can cause a lot of misfortune, and guys get caught up and collected in wrecks as a result.
Yeah, it's all about give or take at these type of tracks with these type of cars. Like you gotta know when to make the move, when to push somebody. It's like one wrong move and you could send somebody to the inside wall and in their day. And it's just some moves need to wait till the end of the race, like going Thor wide or something like that, especially in these cars with how the damage model is.
Well, just being here in the broadcast booth as a spectator, the action was incredible to watch. The racing was just all high stakes, 3, 4 wide, all race, just incredible runs, incredible passing. It was really, you guys put on a show tonight, and an incredible win. And it all got us really excited in the booth. So with that being said, we go on to Kansas next week. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm excited because it will be a little less draft dependent, and it will need to have to save a little more tire than we did this week, and play a little more of the strategy.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, especially after the racing we had tonight. We're definitely looking forward to next week. Before we get you out of here, anybody like to shout out or thank or congratulate?
Shout out to Colin Bollinger, David Smith, Plant, Michael Plant, Andrew Bolinger. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight, Sean. Hell of a run, great win, and we look forward to seeing you more in action this season. Good job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So there you have it, guys. Sean Walton, your race winner tonight. Incredible. Against all odds, comes back and just takes that victory tonight. Joe, your thoughts tonight?
Man, what a crazy race we had there. The huge wreck on the last lap. I think they're still picking up the pieces of some of those cars on the front stretch there. As Walden was celebrating heading to victory lane. Some guys I think are heading to the Emerald Care Center and gonna need to get some treatment after that one. Saw a lot of cars flipping. Definitely saw some really great racing. The draft definitely provided some wild stuff here and a great broadcast for us to show everyone tonight.
Yeah,
I know
way to
that.
dive in.
Yeah,
Incredible.
exactly. I just want to, emphasize one thing that Sean said is it's a lot about give and take, especially when the racing is like this. And I think guys for the most part did a great job here tonight. There was definitely a few moments though where we may have been able to avoid some of the bigger wrecks that happened if there was just a little bit more give and take to get us to the end of the race there. Because that last run there to the finish there was great. And when we have a wreck like that on the last lap, I kind of expect that kind of stuff when the racing's like this, and we're racing that close. Last lap wreck, I think trying to go for the win is almost inevitable. So great job there, everybody going green there to the end, pretty much,
Yeah, that
except for the last lap calamity.
Yeah, definitely. That last run before the big one there on the last lap, that's definitely the type of racing that you love to see. You don't want to see the big one happen early when it could be avoided. So yeah, definitely. A lot of chemistry, a lot of growth moving forward. But the guys did a wonderful job out there tonight. It was incredible to watch. I don't know if we have an updated points graphic that we can see, and it looks to me like Colin Bollinger is still going to be your points leader for the series. Joe Volpis in second place, behind him by a point. The big mover there, Steve Lewis, third place, moving up 3 positions there. Your big mover is going to be Sean Walton, moving up 10 spots with that victory tonight. So huge for him after missing last week at Phoenix there. And your big loser is going to be Jonathan Casabir. Casabir not racing tonight, so he'll have a little bit of work to do to catch up. But on to Kansas next week, Joe. Your thoughts on your Friday Night Thunder there at Kansas?
Yeah, so definitely after this week, if we can get the points back up here real quick, just so I can explain. I don't think I had a chance to explain the way the points work in here. So, of course, the way it works in here is a little bit different than the other series that we run. If you guys remember back in the day, about 12 or so years ago, the Cup Series had a chase format where the top 10 made the chase, and then there were 2 wild card drivers, so 2 guys outside the top 10 that got a win or were either the highest in points without a win if there was nobody outside the top 10 with a win that was qualified for the chase. So right now, what we're looking at, it's very early in the season to really start thinking about this. But your top 10 in points right now, you see those guys there. They're right now all in a chase spot. And then there's that 3-way tie for 11th, which is one of the wild card spots between Delgado, Duval, and Garand. And then the other one would be filled by Sean Walden, who just won tonight and moved up 10 spots in the points. So definitely going to be interested to see if we can add some new winners here next week. The other thing that's very, very noticeable as well is just how wild the results have been. So, I'm looking at the stats for the series. 2 guys in the top 10 right now in points, Jerry Rose and Tommy Fox, have no top 10s through 3 races, but they're 8th and 9th in the points. So, just being able to consistently finish races might be enough to find your way into a chase spot here this season for the first season with these cars. I think the one thing that I'm going to be looking forward to next week at Kansas is just to see how much more tire wear comes into effect, especially since we're going to be at 1.5 miles. Definitely want to see if the high line versus the bottom line as well. These cars do get revving up pretty fast. It's pretty much a Gen 6 car on a Gen 4 body. So I know the Gen 6 cars drive pretty wild here, and so do at Kansas, and so do the Gen 4 cars. So and the draft is going to add its own wrench into everything. So I really think we're going to be in for a bit of what we saw tonight, but not as much as what we saw tonight. It's going to come down to more of who can really save the tires, pit at the right time, and play the race perfectly.
Well said, Joe, and thank you for the explanation on the points. So, It's still early in the season, although every point does matter. You shouldn't take any race lightly or take any race off. But yeah, still time for many to recover and still find their way and point their way into the chase, if not win. So yeah, moving on to Kansas next week. Very excited. Going to be a nice intermediate layout, not so draft dependent. So it's going to be a little more driver skill. Hopefully, we'll have some good long green flag runs, and just couldn't be happier about what I'm seeing here with Friday Night Thunder. Glad to be a part of it. Final thoughts, Joe, before we sign off.
Yeah, definitely excited to see where this season takes us. Definitely great to see so many people racing. Hope we keep having the same kind of fields that we've been having, so we can keep having these kind of broadcasts to see this kind of wild racing. And I hope we have a good season. Kansas next week is going to be a fun time, and I know we got some other crazy places coming up after that where we're going to see and put the versatility of these drivers to the test. So I'm looking forward to the season broadcasting with you.
I couldn't said it better myself. So for Buddy in the production booth, Joe, this is Snake. We're going to be signing off, and if